Hey, Matt.
We're
live.
Are we?
We are.
Well, that's good.
And we're on time.
That's unusual.
We were actually ready early.
That's even more unusual.
Yes, it is. Hello, Stacy.
Hey,
welcome.
Stacy.
We knew it was okay to start because we saw that you said hi.
I'm just closing out. That's not what I wanted to do.
And our microphones are on.
I think.
Well.
If not, they can't hear us to tell us we're wrong, so.
But this is like all new. Like, we're ready. Our mic's on. We're prepared-ish.
It is unusual. What did I do with...
What are you looking for?
I was trying to just close some of my extra stuff here, just in case it's, blocking the bandwidth.
Oh, okay.
All right. Hey, Todd.
Thank you.
Todd, apparently we have similar taste in music. See, I'm wearing my Halloween themed, Day of the Dead themed Descendant shirt. It says Day of the Dork down here on the bottom. Yeah, we're ready. We're prepared. We're like, which is weird because we had to pick up the dog. Reno went to the groomer and the vet today, so he had a fun day. And then we got stuck in horrible traffic, and it took us forever to get there. So we just went to McDonald's instead of even cooking dinner. We got back. We actually completed editing and narrating our Aruba video. Finally, that's been a work in progress. It's been like
a week-long process.
I mean, we've worked on it in a few days.
Okay.
But not the whole. But anyway, it was a lot. It was a lot. But it's done. It's actually processing on YouTube right now. So once it gets, I don't know if I'll release it tonight or tomorrow or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
We probably won't. We were going to wait. We'd like to release them during the week, but because I think people miss it otherwise. But you know what? I don't care. It's been too long. We're just going to probably go for it. So yeah, and still we managed to get set up and be ready to go.
Yes.
No, have you seen 7 Seconds in concert? They used to come to St. Louis all the time. I think I've seen them I think the only band I've seen more than 7 Seconds is maybe All, which is a shame because I didn't really appreciate All at the time, which is unfortunate, but I like 7 Seconds. I don't know who Facebook user is, but hello, whoever you are. If you'd like us to know who you are, you can say who you are. Whoa, my ice cube just exploded in the comment, or there's a little thing you can click that'll give Facebook permission to say who you are. And
your mom's on there.
My mom's on there. She's on Facebook, and we can see her. Hey, Mom.
Should I go through this stuff now, or should I wait till the podcast for that stuff?
Why don't you say that for the afters?
The afters?
Yeah, say that for the afters. So, yes, we're talking about La Romana in the Dominican Republic today and our adventures in Monkeyland.
Where there were monkeys.
Many, many monkeys. Squirrel Monkeys.
Tony. Hey,
Tony. He's clicked the StreamYard thing.
Weird.
We'll
go to Facebook. I mean, YouTube. It counts for us more.
Oh, nice, Todd. Nice. 8182. Okay, cool. That's one of the first, I think, not the first punk rock album that I bought, but it was one of the first, probably 10, 15, which was Walk Together, Rock Together. I loved the cover. Like the cover of this album was like a cartoon punk rock concert with all these people like slam dancing. It was very, for me as an art person and a punk rock fan, that was really cool. I'm old as dirt. Yes, you are a little bit older than me because in 81 I was 10. So
I was not born at that time.
Tony showed up on my mom's phone.
Well, yeah,
that's creepy.
It's because they're both on Facebook.
Yeah, it's because she's on Facebook.
Yeah, it's when we watch through StreamYard, we can't see it unless you like accept it and it agrees. So if we were watching on Facebook, we would be able to see it.
No, Mom, if Tony actually materializes on your phone, that's a whole nother thing. Hey, Larry. He says, "This sucks. Internet just went out. Now I need to use my phone data." Oh no.
Oh no.
Sorry to hear that. Maybe it'll come back.
But that's commitment.
It is
Using your
commitment.
phone data to watch us.
Yes. Hey Larry, I think they're getting ready to let you guys drive into the United States, right? So that's good news. And they're letting our Australian friends out soon, it sounds like. So that's good news too.
Hey Reno, how about you not?
Stacy wants to know what we are drinking.
Oh, well, I just have like some bubbly water.
Reno, are you trying to be Godzilla over there?
I don't know what he's doing.
He's like disrupting the world.
Come lay over here. Come on. Come lay over here.
Let me find the crinkliest thing I can lay on, and then I'm going to do some sort of dance on top of it. So you're just drinking water?
Well, it's sparkling black cherry natural spring water, calorie-free, unsweetened from Sprouts.
I've got Coke Zero and I think it's Glenlivet Caribbean rum cask whiskey. So it's pretty good. I was feeling a little, here's a question for everybody out there. You know how people get all upset about how you say like K or key and caramel and caramel and stuff like that. Does anybody actually care how you say Caribbean? Like, is it Caribbean or Caribbean? I say it differently. Like most of those words, there's a way that I normally say them, but well, maybe not K and key because I don't know how to say that. But Caribbean, it depends on the context. And I'm just wondering, I've never heard anybody get like their panties in a bunch over the pronunciation of Caribbean. But every now and then, I think about or read the word Caribbean, and as I'm doing that, I'm also saying Caribbean, and I'm like, oh, wait, how should I say it? I don't know. I don't know what to do.
No, Reno, come here. I'm sorry to bug you, but Stacy wants to see your haircut.
Huh. Oh, nice. Todd's got a
here.
Flipside magazine. I had several of those at one time. That and Maximum Rock and Roll was the other zine that I collected. Got the Descendants on. Very cool. Very cool.
So Reno's not having it right now. I'm sure he'll get up and bug us later, and at that time I will show you his haircut.
Probably. Yeah, Stacy says it depending on the situation, he says it differently too.
I say it different too. It's Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, see, I say Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean or Pirates of the Caribbean. But if I'm like, I'm going to the Caribbean, I'm going to the Caribbean, but I'm going to see Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Would you like some Caribbean? I don't know.
Caribbean rum.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's not one that bothers me.
It doesn't. I don't think it bothers people. Like normally things like that, tomato, there's wars fought over this sort of thing. But I've never met, I'm sure there's somebody out there. I've never met anybody who, Larry says he says it both ways too. Yeah, so I've never met anybody who's like, no, it's Caribbean. Caribbean.
That's all I got.
It's Carabrino.
Carabrino?
Yeah, let's change his name to Carabrino.
That's like what I call myself. Kimbrino.
Oh, Kimbrino, but not Carabrino.
No. That's like if my name was like Cara.
But it's not.
Cara. It's Kimbra.
Carabrino.
Carabrino. But that's not my name. We
could paint him like Caribbean colors or Caribbean colors.
What do you hear when I type Caribbean?
Wow, very good. Very good. I think when I read it, I typically read it Caribbean.
Yes, but when I say it, depending on what it is, I say Caribbean. Caribbean. What did I just say?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that normally when I say Caribbean, I'm talking about the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I wonder if there's other instances when I default to Caribbean instead of Caribbean.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't even know what I say.
You've overthought it.
I've overthought
You've thought about it too much.
Go ahead.
We are going to have a couple other little drinks here when we get started because
we've got a lot of show and tell today.
Yeah, we do.
Well, we've got some show and tell today.
A little bit. Mostly her birthday stuff. That'll be at the end. But there's something we got from our friend Mary Miller, and we're gonna
Because we
show
forgot
that
last
off.
week.
We did because we were so unprepared that we just like we're knuckleheads. Is
But
what we
today we are preparedness.
We're like Boy Scouts, which I was never in the Boy Scouts. Well, that's
I wasn't
not
either.
completely true. You could be now, though. I think
I know. Yeah, I could be.
I was in the Indian Guides.
Indian Guides.
It was like sort of like the Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
But it was more like it was different, you know.
I think I was like a brownie for like a month. It feels like it wasn't very long. I don't know how long I was actually part of the brownies. I had a troop or something.
Yeah.
I think I sold cookies once. I don't know.
When I was 15, I was briefly part of a scout thing because that's how I went with that group down to the Florida Keys and went diving.
Oh.
It was like an Eagle Scout thing or something, but I didn't like earn any badges or anything like that.
Carolyn's Irish Cream and Milk.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
You gonna show now?
No, I was just looking at the brand of that.
It's different, right?
No, it's totally different, but it's not totally different, but totally different.
Totally.
And Stacy likes my hat. You know what? I love this hat. Like this is like it's kind of meshy. So I love this style hat. And this one's cooler because most of these style hats are kind of made for colder weather. So some of my favorite ones are like wool or wool looking. I don't think they're actually wool, which I like those, but I don't like to wear those in Florida or on cruise ships. This one is perfect for like the summer. And I got this one. I wasn't sure if I'd like it, and I do like it. And it came in different colors too, which I like this color. Obviously I bought it, but I want to maybe get some other colors now. I should see if I can order those before the cruise. Because I do really like this hat for
as long as they deliver on normal prime time, you'd get it.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I'm going to check on the status of that video and see how it's going.
Okay, well, while you're doing that.
Oh, it's done processing. Of course, the problem with YouTube videos is that when you upload them and they say they're done, but they're not always really ready. They might be like the low res version. And this has a lot of underwater in it. We don't want you guys watching the low res version of that. So
like I was going to say, for those of you that haven't joined us before, the way this works is in a few minutes, we're going to start the podcast itself. We're going to go for approximately an hour, probably not talking to the chat a ton unless something super relevant pops up. And then we'll roll the credits and chit chat some more.
Okay.
Did I cover it all?
I think you covered it all.
Cool.
Todd was too much of a punk rocker. Todd, you and I need to like hang out in real life. I think we'd probably really get along to be in the Scouts, but his son turned out to be an Eagle Scout. That's like, like you go the opposite, but that's actually a good thing. I mean,
Larry wants to know how your hat keeps
nice
up
and
a sun.
Responsible and what's that? Pretty good. It's mesh, but it's tight enough mesh that it doesn't. Yeah, I don't get like sunburn through it or anything like that. And Stacy says he's not really big on green, but that's a good looking color. Yeah. I mean, I don't dislike the color green, but for hats, I don't usually go green. So, but this is like it is kind of a different green. And it just really, I don't know. I do really like
it's a good thing we're not using the green screen tonight.
Yeah, it wouldn't work with the green screen. It would just look like I didn't have the upper top of my head. So, what's Larry saying? I need to get my underwater You know what, Larry? I read that as underwear. I read I need to get my underwear camera. I'm not sure what I'm getting. And I read underwater camera. Well, if you have questions, Larry, we can probably answer some of them for you because I've used a lot of underwater cameras and I've done a lot of research on underwater cameras. Actually, I think tomorrow I bought earlier this summer, I bought the Sea Life iPhone case that is for underwater for photography and videography. And I haven't even used it yet. I was going to do an unboxing. It just hasn't been a good way to use it. It wouldn't have worked out well on the last cruise because I might have to store it on the beach or something. I don't know, but I'm going to try and I want to take it with me on our upcoming cruise. So yes.
It's time.
Let's do it.
Come with me, we're going on a fantastic cruise. Pick your destination with news, tips, and reviews. But here is an item you might not have thought of. All of the things under the water. Nature surrounds us with elegant features. You can't go on a cruise and not see the creatures. So let's make some magic. Let's get aesthetic, instantly classic, maybe romantic. The wildlife around you, cinematic on your fantastic cruise.
Bon Beanie, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Fintastic Cruising. I am Matt.
And I'm Kimbra.
And I have got to figure out a better way to do that because I'm literally saying welcome.
I think that's okay, though.
Sometimes it bothers me. But anyway.
You mention it like every other episode.
I know.
Just let it go.
I know. Let it go.
Let it go.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Anyway, for real, welcome to this episode of Fintastic Cruising. It's like 112th episode.
Yeah.
That's a lot of episodes.
It is. I actually, you sent me the thumbnail today, and I double-checked what number episode because we've been getting them confused recently.
Yeah, but we got it right. 112.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. There's the Down Under Cruisers in the chat. Look, if you're in the chat on YouTube, welcome. And look, there's another welcome. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, all that YouTube stuff. If you're on Facebook, join our Fintastic Cruising community over on Facebook. If you're listening to us, no, that was correct. In the future on a podcast, audio podcast, whatever method you use to listen to your podcast, consider giving us a rating review wherever you can, but especially if you can do the Apple podcast, that is probably the most beneficial for us. Yes. So what's going on, Kimbra?
Well, the week has completed.
This time next week we'll be on a cruise.
Yeah, we will.
You know, that's weird.
Like actually on the cruise, not getting on one.
Yeah.
Because that's how it was like the last couple, because they happened on like Saturday. So we were getting ready to get on.
Right.
But yeah, now it's like,
look, I'm not complaining at all, but we've never cruised this frequently, and we may never cruise this frequently again. I don't know if that'll work, if the stars will align again for us like this, but it's a little bit surreal to have.
It's kind of weird.
Cruises this close together. Like I'm used to like 2, maybe 3 cruises a year if I'm really lucky. And so I'm used to going several months minimum between cruises, sometimes a year or more, usually not a year or more, but close to a year. And this time it's been like, 30 more days and we're on another cruise.
We haven't unpacked from our last one yet.
No, we have
this
not.
Weekend we're doing laundry from that one.
That's true. That's true.
We've done some laundry. We're not like hanging out with dirty clothes. Well, it's not Reno.
No, Reno, the dog got groomed today. So he's all shiny and clean and short hair.
He's looking pretty snazzy.
He's looking schnauzery. Schnauzery, is that an adjective?
Like snazzy.
But before we get into today's topic, a couple things we wanted to cover. One, the costume contest.
Yes.
So we have been talking about the costume contest, and we finally have some details. You're going to see some information coming out actually on the Fintastic Cruising community, just some, like post about it with these details. But basically what we're going to tell you right now, and that is this. If you would like to participate in our costume contest, that will be held on the 2 Fridays from now, right? Is that right? No, 3 Fridays. 2? 3. The Friday before Halloween. It's the 29th.
Yeah, so we have next week's episode and then the Halloween episode.
Right. So here's how it works. If you would like to participate in our Halloween costume contest, you can come right on to the show live with us. You can submit a photograph, a video, and we will put it up on the live broadcast, and we will have a vote that will probably complete after that episode. So we won't have a winner that night. We decided, because we don't know how many contestants we're going to get. Are we going to get 1? Are we going to get 20? We have no idea. So we're just going to make one category, like a grand prize winner. But here's what we're going to do. If you want to participate, please send us an email to fintasticCruising@gmail.com. If you are one of the first 10 people to send us an email saying that you want to participate in the costume contest, and then you go through and participate in the costume contest with a costume from this year, you will automatically get a swag package sent to you.
Yes.
If you win the costume contest, you are going to get an Amazon gift card for $50. So there it is. There's the big money that's big money for Fintastic Cruising. $50. The swag bag, I'm not going to say what it's going to have in it because we don't know 100%, but we know at least 3 things that are going in it.
You know some of the items.
And they're going to be cool.
Yes.
They're going to be really cool. So yeah, if you're interested in doing that, send us an email, fintasticCruising@gmail.com. You have to send us an email in order to be able to get the first 10, and then you have to actually do it as well. So if 15 people send us an email and number 9 doesn't show up, then number 11 is going to be the 10th person. Does that make sense? So
makes sense to me.
That's how that's going to work. And yes. And you can do a couple of costumes, funny costumes. They don't have to be cruise related. They can be cruise related. We're going to let the Fintastic Cruising community on Facebook vote on those costumes, and they will decide who takes home the prize.
It's going to be lots of fun, but you have to participate.
You have to participate to win or to get that.
And we may not have a backup subject if nobody participates.
We'll have a backup.
No, Matt.
Oh, we may not have a backup subject if no one participates.
So we need participation. Jeez, Matt, you almost screwed it up.
I'm sorry. Look, here's the other thing we got to go over real quick. Shout out to our friend Mary Miller, a longtime Patreon supporter and friend. And she was recently on a cruise to Alaska, and she sent us a little package of stuff, like a little card and then a little prize. Now,
yes,
when we were on the Mardi Gras, she said she got us those Carnival shot glasses that were in our stateroom, which was really cool. Well, she went a step further and she got us. Are they clear? Put your head down so they can see.
There we go.
This shot glass from Catch a Can, and this one. There we go. Alaska shot glass. Thank you so much, Mary. We certainly don't expect people to get us things. So that is not us asking you to do that at all. Please don't ever think that. However, if we do get stuff, it's really cool and we appreciate it. So there's that. Now, to celebrate that, we thought we would have.
Did you rinse these?
No. We're going to put alcohol in them. What are you worried about?
They're dusty. You know what?
It's Alaska dust. You going to go rinse them? She's going to go rinse these, and then we are going to have a celebratory. Where are you going? You didn't bring the glasses. Oh, okay. That's like the easy way to rinse them, I guess. We're going to have a celebratory toast to all of you and to Mary Miller. And what we're going to be toasting is 2 different drinks that we got to sort of celebrate fall. One of those is Kings Creek Black Label Cider Small Batch Whiskey. It's basically it's apple cider flavored whiskey,
and it's quite tasty.
It's also been in the freezer as it should. And then just in case our friend Dave from Australia watches, we're gonna have a little pumpkin spice Irish cream there. So, because Dave loves Irish cream. If you ever see Dave from Australia in anything,
no, he likes pumpkin spice. That's
pumpkin spice. Yeah, pumpkin spice.
Pumpkin spice is
I don't know how
his
he feels
favorite.
about Irish cream. He loves pumpkin spice.
Like, send him all the pumpkin spice.
Absolutely, 100%. By the way, that little swag bag might have a little packet of Vegemite in it. I'm just saying. Anyway, so I'm gonna pour the pumpkin spice because I like Dave. That's the one I prefer. And you're gonna do the apple. Wow, that was quite the sound. Mine just screws on and off. It's not nearly as exciting as that one there.
How much am I supposed to fill this?
What?
How much am I supposed to fill this?
It's a shot glass, Kimbra. How much am I supposed to fill it? To the edge of the shot glass?
Okay. going to move that over there because it's very cold and I keep putting my foot
Look,
on
Sean is in here saying, why should Dave be the only one to enjoy Irish cream? No, Dave, I don't know how he feels about Irish cream. Dave loves pumpkin spice. He came to the States and tried it and said it was the best thing since Vegemite. So cheers. Cheers to the Fintastic Cruising community. Thank you guys so much. We do really appreciate you. And yeah, you didn't, oh, I don't know.
I'm going to sip mine.
Me too. All right. So on with the show. You really going to sip that?
I mean, I'm going to take it in like maybe 3 sips.
That is really good. I do actually like pumpkin spice a lot.
This is good
I'm a
too.
basic white girl.
So I'm not one to like drink any type of alcohol straight because it's not good that way, in my opinion. But we had some of this cider stuff the other night with like some ice or something. And it was really good.
She was beside herself. All right, let's get going. Let's get on to the topic. So the topic is La Romana in the Dominican Republic. And I had been there once before. I did not have a positive vibe after going to La Romana the first time. It was not my favorite place. In fact, I kind of poo-pooed La Romana a little bit on this podcast.
You said some not great things
about
I did.
La Romana. I said some not great things about it. Now, look, here's the thing. I did have a really good excursion the first time I went because I went scuba diving and it was a really good dive. But the port itself was a poor excuse for a port. And I didn't see outside the port, but from what I thought I saw, it looked very not nice. I was wrong. Well, partially wrong. Okay. The port was a hole the first time I was there, but they have changed that. They have made a lot of upgrades. They've put buildings in. It's still not the best port in the world. Like if you're going to just enjoy a port for the port itself, you're not going to have a lot going for you here, but it has improved and looks like they're still building onto it. So it's getting better. The area around it is not what I thought it was at all. It wasn't bad. It was kind of nice. It was a nice area. There's even some real ritzy things around it. So I don't know what I saw that had me so confused, but yeah, La Romana's not bad in and of itself. Now it's not a place that you can just go out of the port and wander around and find shops and cool stuff to do. That's not what's going to happen. If you go to La Romana, you're either going to go to the port for a minute, be like, okay, I've seen it all, get back on, or you're going to do an excursion. Those are your choices. And I don't know how easy it is to do an excursion outside of the cruise line in La Romana because you're kind of just at this port. There's nothing around it. So I'm not sure. Somebody from Franklin, Tennessee is calling me. I'm not sure how that works, but I'm going to guess that you have to do something through cruise line. If somebody's got a different experience, let us know. But I don't even know how that would work unless you made arrangements with like a third party ahead of time. I don't know.
I've only been there once.
Yeah. So what did we do in La Romana?
We did an excursion to Monkeyland.
Monkeyland. Not Disneyland.
No, the land of monkeys.
Not Candyland.
No, the land of monkeys.
The land of monkeys.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. The land of monkeys. Monkeyland is basically in the mountains of the Dominican Republic, and they have monkeys there. They are not native to the Dominican Republic. There are no native monkeys in the Dominican Republic. There are at least 2 facilities, from what I can tell, that have this sort of experience. I don't think they're owned by the same group,
but they're both called Monkeyland.
They are. So maybe they are. They're just in different locations. The other one does a lot of like charity work and stuff. This one didn't mention any of that. The other one like
franchised.
Really harped on about the charity work. But anyway, Monkeyland is a place you can go and you can like hang out with squirrel monkeys.
Yes. Lots of it's pretty cool.
That's it. Okay, episode over. No.
No.
So tell the people what happened with our excursion.
So we got on so the picture and description and stuff was like one of the open air bus things, but that's not what we did.
No.
No, we were on like a nice big motor coach, air conditioned, had Wi-Fi, not great Wi-Fi, but it had Wi-Fi.
Somewhat, yeah.
Yeah. And they took us, what was it, like an hour? 45 minutes to an hour?
It was at least an hour.
At least an hour.
It was a long bus ride.
But it was cool because the guy on the bus like told us all about everything and stuff. So we took the bus up through some of the towns and cities. So we actually like really got to see the DR, which was really cool because I've only been there one other time prior, which was a month ago.
And we didn't leave the port.
And we didn't leave the port. That was
Right.
Amber Cove.
Yeah.
So I didn't really know much about Dominican Republic. So it was really cool to have that cultural experience. The motorcycles are insane. It was a little crazy.
So everybody knows if you're driving or riding in most of the places in the Caribbean that they're kind of known for having crazy driving. Dominican Republic is certainly like maybe the prime example of this. People down there drive motorcycles and scooters because the gas prices are crazy expensive, and I'm sure vehicles are expensive to get as well. And so a scooter is a lot more affordable. But you see, like, I mean, it's like thick with people riding motorcycles. And I'm not lying when I say I've seen like 5 people on a motorcycle. One motorcycle, not a big motorcycle.
No, one of those little bitty things.
Yeah.
I saw that too.
Or like carrying
all kinds of
large
stuff.
boxes, and they don't really pay any attention to traffic signals. Or,
no, they just go.
If we wouldn't have been in a huge bus, it would have been terrifying. But
Yeah.
because we were in a huge bus, it was like I felt pretty safe and comfortable as far as like getting hit by motorcycles. Now, the other time I was in Dominican Republic and went to Monkeyland on the other side from Amber Cove, we were in one of those open air things, and it was a little more exhilarating, I guess would be the nice way to say it, because it was a smaller vehicle and people were just like everywhere. I mean, you could have just reached out and like patted somebody on the head riding a motorcycle next to you in this big bus. I mean, I fear for them. I was literally looking up statistics on like motorcycle and scooter fatalities in the Dominican Republic because it was worrying to me. It was troubling to me that, you know, it must be very dangerous. And it is. It is extremely dangerous, especially since many of them don't have helmets or don't choose to wear helmets in that situation. So yeah, but it's interesting to see. And, you know, one of the things that they talked about both times I've been there and got to explore the DR is that they have a low crime rate, which is really cool because it's definitely a third world kind of feel in parts of it. But apparently the crime rate is pretty low. And I looked that up too. It seems like it is a fairly low crime rate compared to the places. So it's impoverished, but fairly safe place to be from what I can tell from my very small amount of research that I've done. But it was cool to go through, like you said, the towns and stuff, and just you felt like you really saw the way people lived in the Dominican Republic, which was really a neat experience. It's nice to kind of get those sort of cultural experiences. We didn't get to like hang out with anybody there, but we saw it at least.
Our guide was actually from
the
first
that's true.
like little town that we went through. So he was able to tell us like that personal experience. Somebody asked him if he drove a motorcycle, and he was like, "No, I'm not that brave. I have a car."
Yeah. Yes. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
So this particular excursion doesn't just go to Monkeyland though. They always have another stop, and depending on just how it plays out, you either go to the stop before or after the monkeys. So they usually have multiple vehicles going there, and so they will flip-flop who goes to the monkeys first and who goes to this other location. So let's talk about the other location, which we went to second, but we'll talk about that, and then we'll talk about the monkeys.
Okay. So the other part was Dominican flavors. So we went to like, was it a plantation?
It was, they called it like Maria's house or something.
Yeah, it's like a little house, I guess.
Yeah, it was a little house. Yeah.
And it's like cocoa beans and coffee beans and all other kinds of, they had other fruits and stuff, like all kinds of flavors.
Yes. So they're selling it to you like this is how people live in like rural Dominican Republic. There's a lot of farmland. If you farm stuff, you don't have to pay taxes. There was something with that. If you farm stuff and sell it, I guess within the Dominican Republic, you don't have to pay taxes on your land or anything.
Right.
So there's a lot of farming that goes on there. There's huge sugarcane fields there, but this was more like, I'm sure it's set up as a touristy place, but it is like a very basic house. And then they had, different plants set up, and they kind of tell you about the cacao and the different things that were growing there. And then
but you get to taste everything.
Yeah.
When they're talking about, like the cocoa bean and stuff, they're talking about the different stages of what it goes through. And they actually let you taste it at all of those different stages, which is really cool. So like when you first get it out of like its fruit shell thing or whatever it's in, so you taste it when it's like the gooey stuff. And then once they've done some other things with it, you taste it then. And then
they roast it.
Yeah. Before they put the sugar in it, you taste it. And then after they put the sugar in with it, you taste it. So it's, you get to taste all the different stages of how they make chocolate.
Except for we didn't get like chocolate.
No, but we got hot chocolate.
We did. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. And then, yes, we get the hot cocoa, and they give you some fruit. Like you said, they had star fruit, and they had pineapple, and they had,
pineapple was really good.
Pineapple's very good. But the hot chocolate was good. And then they give you tea and coffee, and the tea is made from the cocoa,
from the coffee bean
shells. So it's like a coffee flavored tea.
Sort of.
It's really good. We bought a bag because it was so good. We haven't actually made any of that yet.
We need to do that.
But we did also buy the coffee because the coffee is really crazy good. Like, I don't know. Kimbra and I are not huge coffee drinkers. Like, we like drinking coffee with like pumpkin spice in it or something, but we don't really.
Did you say pumpkin spice?
Pumpkin.
I thought you said pumpkin spice.
Pumpkin. It's from my punk rock days. It's punk rock spice. No, that's weird. But yeah, we like coffee with stuff in it, so it doesn't taste as coffee-ish. But this coffee, we could just drink.
Yeah.
Like, it's just really delicious. They added a little bit of sugar to it. I don't think they added any cream or anything like that.
No, I think it was just black coffee with maybe a little sugar.
Yeah, like cane sugar.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's regular cane sugar. And it was so good. So we bought some. And we have made a little bit of it here. And I don't know that it tasted quite as good as it did at that house.
But it was pretty good.
But it is definitely very good smooth.
We added the pumpkin spice Irish cream to it.
We're going to try it again with like Kahlua or something.
Yeah, it's delicious.
But yeah, so that was really cool. And, and they also sell other products like, I don't know, like not toiletry products, but like, facial moisturizers and
with all the different like oils and stuff that are supposed to be good for things and stuff.
What ails you.
Yeah.
And so all that money, I'm sure, goes to them, which is great. It helps to support them being able to do that. And so it felt good buying the stuff from them, felt good. And I think that, didn't our guide say like the monthly average wage was something like,
it was like $300 or something.
Was it even that much? Like, it was hardly anything.
It wasn't much.
Yeah. So it was like, if we're spending $20-$30 with these people, and so are many other people on our bus twice a day, like, that's got to be a big help. And coming out of this stupid pandemic, I'm sure these people need that tourism dollar. In fact, another thing that was interesting is because they don't rely so heavily on tourism, like, they're very proactive in like getting vaccinated and being very safe. Like, they were very strict about masks. They're vaccinating all their kids. So, and the way he explained it was like, we rely on tourism. We have to do what we have to do to get tourism going. So it was interesting.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. So, but it was neat to see that part of the Dominican Republic, and it was a good added on experience. I doubt many people take that excursion for that.
I really enjoyed that part.
But I
though.
did too. I enjoyed that almost as much as the monkeys,
Yeah, like,
honestly.
we booked it for the monkeys, but it was a very pleasant
Yeah.
surprise.
And I see Kenny in here, and he is going on the Down Under Cruisers group cruise. And so
Which is exactly a year from today.
And they're going to La Romana. Is it exactly a year from today?
October 15th.
Oh, funny is that. And they're going to La Romana and Amber Cove. So you could do this excursion from either one of those places. So just food for thought out there if you're on one of those. And I know we've got Stacy in here, and he's going to be on the horizon in 2023, going to be stopping in both those ports. So
Yes.
I don't know if they've done that before, if he's done it before, but anyway, it was a good experience. It was an unexpected pleasure for that particular excursion, like a bonus add-on you don't expect, but it's like, this is really cool. I'm so glad we did this.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the monkeys though, because that's why we went, right? For the monkeys.
It is.
Hey, we're the monkeys, and we're gonna jump on your shoulder and eat fruit off of your face, because that is what we do.
So now YouTube's gonna ding us for copyright.
Yeah, because that's how good that rendition of that was, or not. Okay, so
monkeys.
Yeah, monkeys.
So
Monkey see, monkey do.
we take this lovely bus ride up through the mountains to Monkeyland, and we get to experience squirrel monkeys. Right?
Yes.
Yes. So they take us into, you go through like some little doors and stuff, and you have to clean your feet to make sure you don't spread anything to the monkeys. They did require that you wear a mask while you're with the monkeys. So, you don't pass any.
Because they're primates, so, we're pretty closely related there.
Yeah, we don't want those monkeys dying of anything that you've got.
Interestingly, the last time I did this, they were like super strict and kind of lectured us on, if you're sick at all, you're not going to do this. Like if we see you sniffle, you're done. And so I was like, well, global pandemic, how's that work with monkeys? But I think they're just like, we got to get the revenue in, or we can't feed the monkeys. So hopefully that all works out okay. But yeah, they were very particular about that. It's like, we have the same protocols at the aquarium. If you go into our quarantine, you have to step through different things and stuff. So it was just like kind of being at work in that regard.
Yeah.
So yeah, squirrel monkeys. So what was how did it all work out? How'd they work that out?
Yeah. So we weren't a huge group. I think there was like 20 of us.
Something like
20,
that.
25 something. It wasn't a huge group, so it wasn't, overcrowded or anything. But we went in, and they had a couple like big areas that you kind of stop to kind of experience the squirrel monkeys. They were everywhere. They ran around. They hung out on the railings, up in the trees. They jump all over you. But what they really wanted was that food. So
that's all they care about.
It really is, which is unfortunate, but I get it. I enjoy myself some food too. So the guide, has bowls of food, and he passes them out and kind of goes around, and then they have someone taking pictures, and the monkeys jump all over you. You have a bowl of food, and they're all over you, and then they move on to the next person who has a bowl of food.
They do let you take your own pictures and video.
Yes.
There is a point when they don't, but for the majority of the time, you are able to do that. So, sometimes Animal Encountering, they're trying to like get you to buy the photos and stuff, which they do. They do that. They offer that, but you are allowed to do that. But you have to be careful about what you bring in there. Like you can't bring certain types of stuff that they could take. Like you have to put your jewelry away, and
no bags. Like you can't have
no camera
anything.
bags.
Nothing with bags or hanging things or jewelry or anything. Like your mom's hat had like some little beads and stuff. They were crazy about those beads, but they were connected to the hat, so it was okay. But yeah, like nothing, no necklaces, earrings, no jewelry.
And they do want the food, but they will jump on you. And some of them did just jump on you just to either cross from one side of the path to the other, or a couple times they just sat on us for a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think just because we just were the furniture that was there.
Right.
I feel like I was like a free Uber for them a couple of times.
Yeah. Well, there was one point when we were going from like the first big area to like the next big open area. As we were walking down the pathway, they jumped on and was like just hung out on my shoulder. as we were walking by, like, oh, you didn't want to walk yourself? I'll take care of you.
Now, you are not allowed to like pet the monkeys. You don't spank the monkeys. Sorry. You
Don't step on their tails.
Don't step on their tails.
They emphasize that a lot.
They do, because they're running around. You got to be careful where
They
you
got
walk.
long tails.
But they're not pets, so to speak. So they will sit on you, and you can talk to them and stuff. But they don't want you to pet them because that might scare them, and they might like bite you or something, I guess, is what they're concerned about. But you don't really need to pet them because they're literally sitting on your face, like on your head, not on your face, but on your head. I mean, if you looked up, they probably sit on your face. But they're pretty adorable creatures, and a lot of them had babies when we were there.
Yes,
they were like 4. I was
gonna say 6. I think
there might have been.
6.
There might have been, and so the babies just hang on, and they're sleeping half the time or more.
Yeah,
like you see mom like running like a crazy monkey, like jumping, bounding. It's crazy the agility these things have. And there's a baby just like hanging on, and you look at it, and it's like sound asleep, like just death grip on mom. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah. Larry is asking if there's a lot of walking and places to sit. So as far as walking, there's not a ton of walking. I would say minimal.
Yeah,
and there's a little bit of like uphill or downhill, and if it's wet, it can be slippery. But there's railings.
Yeah.
So it's
like
fine.
A boardwalk.
Yeah, it's really not bad. Most of the time you're in like one big area, and then you walk to the other big area, and then you walk back to the other big area, and then you leave. So it's not like a ton of walking. As far as sitting, I don't recall seeing any benches or anything.
No, I don't think there were any benches when you're doing the monkey portion.
Right.
But you're really only doing that for probably
I think it was 20 minutes.
Yeah, you're not.
It wasn't long.
No. I mean, so bear that in mind. You're like an hour there, an hour back. You're probably at Monkeyland for an hour, I would say.
Maybe.
If that.
Yeah.
You get there, you go to the bathroom. They have restrooms.
There's a little gift shop.
Very small gift shop. And then you go do the monkey thing, and then you come back. Well, they sit you down. They go over the rules. You do the monkey thing. You come back. You can get your photos and stuff, and then you get back onto the bus. So it's not a super long thing. Now, when I did Monkeyland at Amber Cove, there was more there because they had like medical stuff for local people to go to, and there were more buildings. It was more of a scenic view. I feel like the monkey experience in general was probably a little bit better at this Monkeyland, but we were very rushed when I did it at the other one. And they had more food and drink and a little bit more souvenirs at the other one. So I don't know. They were both very similar experiences. The other one had a better layout, but this one, it seemed like a better quality time. But that might have just been the circumstances which I was at with the other one, because it was kind of weird. We were behind, we were rushed and stuff. So I don't know. But I think you would be happy with either place. I really don't think that, unless you did both and you were like really picky about one over the other, I don't think you would be like, oh, I shouldn't have done this one because the other one was so much better. Like it's a very comparable experience on the whole.
Yeah.
So
I do have to say that watching them eat seeds is really fun.
Yes.
Because they grab the seeds in their little hands and they open it and then eat the seeds and then throw the shell out.
Yeah, Dan is asking if they give you monkey food. So the monkey food is basically fruit and seeds.
Yes.
And that's what they give you. They do get, I think they said they get hamburger once a week or something like that. I think they're omnivorous creatures.
Probably.
And by the way, that is going to be our cruise creature. Maybe we should just cut into that now, since we can talk a little bit more about the biology of the squirrel monkey. I mean, obviously, the squirrel monkey made sense to be the cruise creature because
we saw squirrel monkeys.
That's the whole visit was about squirrel monkeys,
right?
And we saw a lot of them. But we did a little bit of research because one thing they don't do a lot of is they didn't give us a lot of natural history information about squirrel monkeys.
No,
I didn't learn a lot about squirrel monkeys, which for me, what I do for a living, that that kind of hurts a little bit, but it's just a different mindset, I think. So maybe that'll grow and then they'll get to that. But we thought we would share that. So if you go, you'll have a little bit of natural history on the squirrel monkey. So what did we learn about squirrel monkeys?
So there are 6 different types of squirrel monkeys.
Species, yes.
There's species.
I think it was 6, yes, 6 different species, or at least subspecies.
Yeah. The common squirrel monkey, I think, is what we saw.
We think so,
They didn't
yeah.
tell us specifically, but based on photos, that's what we think it was.
Yeah. The squirrel monkey species are all native to Central and South America. So that's where you're going to find squirrel monkeys. They're all relatively small monkeys. And one of the things that's different about them than other monkeys in South and Central America is that they don't use their tails to climb.
They use it for balance.
Yes. So whereas like howler monkeys and stuff will actually lower themselves up and down with prehensile tails, that's not what they're doing. They're using it more like a cat's tail, only like they're way better at it than cats. And cats are pretty good at that balance game, right? But they're nothing compared to a squirrel monkey. I keep wanting to call them spider monkey. They're not spider monkeys. They're squirrel monkeys.
The squirrels are better than spiders.
Whatever. Anyway, they're very cute. So they are, like we said, they're omnivores. They are sexually dimorphic, which means that boys and girls look different from one another. Although I don't know, I guess if you look at a lot of squirrel monkeys, there's probably some differences. I didn't look at them and go, you look different and you look different. Like birds and stuff and some lizards, that's a something, that's a something else. They're not that different to the casual observer.
I couldn't tell a difference. I didn't study them either.
No, it was just like, ooh, squeeze.
Yeah, they were like, look how cute that one's sitting near me.
They are diurnal animals, which the definition of diurnal is an animal that is active primarily during the day, which is, most people know the term nocturnal, but not as many people know the term diurnal, which is interesting because we are a diurnal species,
yes,
but we don't know that term. I mean, I'm sure some people do. And then there's another term. Do you know the other term that goes along with that?
I did, but I can't think of it right now.
This is for species that are active at like sunrise and sunset. And that term is crepuscular.
Yeah.
Crepuscular. That's a fun word to say, right?
Mm.
So squirrel monkeys are interesting, and
they only sweat out of the palms of their hands and the soles of their feet.
This may change your mind about wanting to do the squirrel monkey thing, because we also learned something they do to help cool them off.
Yeah, they hang out in the shade.
Yeah, that's not what it is.
No, they actually, what's the term? I don't remember.
Was there a technical term?
Yeah,
for
there's
this?
a term for it. I will find it here in a minute.
This is a term you're going to want to remember, maybe.
It's called urine washing.
Oh, I thought it was going to be much more Latin sounding.
No, it is what it is. So basically, they urinate on their hands.
There's whole web pages devoted to this, I think.
They urinate on their hands, rub it on the soles of their feet, and then when the urine evaporates off their body, it causes it to cool. Like they cool off.
So keep that in mind when they're going through your hair with
sticking their
little
fingers
hands.
up your nose.
Here's my question. Why don't they just urinate on their feet? Why and cut out the middle hand?
Because they only sweat out of their hands and the soles of their feet. So if they urinate on their hands and then put it on their feet.
So they're just covering both.
Yeah, they're taking care of. I don't really know if that's true or not. I think it's disgusting.
It is kind of gross, but I mean, you got to do what you got to do, right?
Yeah.
So they pee themselves and that cools them off.
At least they don't rub it through their hair.
Probably. I mean, they might.
I mean, it probably gets everywhere.
Yeah. It's kind of gross. And then I think about them walking on my head, and their little pee feet.
I'm actually really glad that I didn't know about this when it was
Maybe this
happening.
is why they don't tell you the natural history of the squirrel monkey while you're there. The other thing that we learned about squirrel monkeys is equally disturbing. You don't remember? So male squirrel monkeys will show their dominance by showing their junk. And yes, I mean that junk. That's not what I'm talking about, though. That just sounds like a typical male. Female squirrel monkeys have what is called a pseudopenis.
Yes.
Yes, I said pseudopenis, and it is what it sounds like, a false penis, which they will display to
Show dominance over smaller monkeys.
Yes.
Like, look, I'm a big female monkey. Check out my fake stuff.
So there you go. I mean, that's not something every animal has.
No.
Females are born with strap-ons. I don't.
That was too much, Matt. Your mother listens to this.
She doesn't know what
My
that is.
mother listens to this.
She probably knows what that is. Yeah. So anyway, the squirrel monkey. You'll never think of them the same way.
I mean, they're
when you
so
see one
cute.
that goes squirrel, now you're going to be thinking about peahens and pseudopenises. I mean, I guess if you're going to have a pseudopenis, it's kind of like a cool thing to call. I don't know.
You're talking too much about it. You should have stopped.
Stacy says he feels like a shower just listening to that. Yes, I agree. And I was trying to talk him into going to Monkeyland. Now he's probably like, how about no?
Right?
I mean, I'm sure that they're,
just bathe in sanitizer afterwards.
We didn't feel stinky or anything. Here's the reality. You're in the Dominican Republic. You're going to sweat so much. It's just going to drip off you anyway.
That's true.
It doesn't really matter.
No.
If you have pee on you, because monkey pee, monkey do. At least there's no monkey do. I didn't see any. I heard people say the monkey pooped on them.
Oh, really?
But I never saw a monkey poop on anybody either time I've been there. So I don't know if that is really true, or they just, people are like, oh, it pooped on me. I don't know if it really did. It may have, but I feel like monkeys would only do that intentionally, not accidentally. Like a dog doesn't poop on you on accident. If a dog poops on you, it's trying to tell you something.
I had a lizard poop on me.
That's different. Lizard will poop on you because they're just like, when I gotta poop, I gotta poop. Well, actually, that's not true. Luna is very particular.
I know
pooping.
that.
But I think with her, she was like, I'm finally out of my cage. And then
that's when she likes to go. And she was scratching. And that's when I took her out. Yeah.
It's true. It's like the dog scratching at the door. You're like, oh, the dog needs to go out. Then you go get the dog and put him on your lap and make him sit there for a minute. And he's like, I've been holding it for so long. He's got to do what you got to do.
He says that like he's experienced that.
I have not experienced
Reno
that.
has never done that to you.
No, I've been peed on and pooped on by a lot of things, but not a dog. Well, I've been peed on by a dog, not Reno.
Well, Reno's precious.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Anyway, moving on. So then you do that whole monkey thing, and then in our case, we got on the bus. We went to do the Maria's house, and then we went back to the port, which, let me just tell you, if you want to do anything at the port, you're not going to want to do this excursion.
Right, because this literally took like our whole time. Mm-hmm.
The churro place was closed.
That's what I was getting ready to say. We went to get churros because Matt has talked about these wonderful churros. And we walked up, and there was a guy there and a couple people sitting next, and we just kind of stood there for a minute, and nobody said anything to us. And we're like, hello? And the lady's like, no more churros.
They didn't speak English hardly at all. So
yeah.
But yes, they were like, yeah, no, we're done. We're done with churros. Go away. So yeah, I didn't get the churros, but
we didn't get coffee from there either. Oh wait, that was a different place. That was
Amber Cove.
Well, we didn't get it from there
either.
Good
coffee place in Amber Cove. We're going to talk about Amber Cove next week and all the stuff that we did. Really not in Amber Cove so much, but around Amber Cove.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. So then, we came back and we got back on the ship, and it was a good day.
It was a good day.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was a long day. It was a hot day. We needed lots of showers, not because of the pee, just because of the sweat. And then,
yeah,
we missed Big Chicken.
Oh, man. I love Big Chicken.
I just said that so I could take a drink because I knew I'd get that response from you. Now, you know what's happening to me? I've been watching here and there. I've been trying to watch other people's vlogs, and they're all on the Mardi Gras. Everybody's on the Mardi Gras.
And they're all eating Big Chicken.
All eating Big Chicken.
And they're like, this is so good. We're eating it every day. And I'm like, I want to eat it every day too.
EECC Travels was just in Amber Cove. Well, their vlog was, and they had like a horrible experience at some all-inclusive.
Yeah.
And they like left as soon as they could, and then they're back on the ship eating big chicken. And I'm like, yep, big chicken. It's a big deal if you like chicken, even a little bit, because I'm not a big chicken fan, but I like big chicken. Anyway, I feel like all our podcasts just talk about big chicken now.
I mean, it's that good. So, Matt, next week we're going to be on a cruise.
Ooh.
We're going to be on Freedom of the Seas.
Freedom. Yeah.
So, our podcast may be early.
It's probably going to be early.
Yeah.
Or it's going to get delayed until that Halloween episode, which I don't really want to do that.
Well, no, because we
It's
have
gonna
to
be
talk
tricky,
about
though.
Amber Cove.
It's going to be tricky because we have to leave on Thursday after work, which means that the podcast would have to be either really late on Thursday, which is not ideal after we've been driving all day. Well, not all day, but for like 4 or 5 hours, or Wednesday, but we have to probably take the dog somewhere Wednesday.
Speaking of the dog, I still need a dog sitter. If anyone nearby is interested, please let me know.
If you'd like to sit on Reno.
No children, no cats.
Yeah.
But he's a very good, easy dog other than that.
Yeah, other than that, he is pretty well behaved pup. But yeah. So we don't know what's going to happen with that podcast yet. We do have internet on the ship, but I don't know that we're going to be able to do it from the ship. I don't know how good it is or anything. Maybe we'll just do like a live stream from the ship and call that. But we do want to talk about Amber Cove.
Yeah, we need to talk about Amber Cove.
And then, but then the next time is going to be Halloween, and then we're going to already be backed up with
the next.
Man, we need more podcasts in a week or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean, after our next one, we don't have anything booked, so we can play catch up.
Then we'll catch up, and then we'll be looking for stuff. And I see that the Down Under Cruisers are starting their live in about 13 minutes. So after this,
approximately 13 minutes.
Well, I just saw that's 9:47,
I know.
And they start. So after this podcast is over, head on over to the Down Under Cruisers and check out their podcast. I'm sure they'll be talking about their group cruise since it is literally 1 year from today, although not in Australia. Well, I guess it's still, I don't know how does that work? No, they'll be here. So it is 1 year from today.
What are you talking about?
None of this Australian time. Anyway. Larry, I don't have a link for my hat, but I can look it up later on. Look at because I think I got it from Amazon. So if you're listening out there, I have a hat that I'm very fond of, and several people in the chat have noticed it. It's kind of a good typical hat like you see me wear, but it's a little better for cooler weather.
It's a little meshy.
So maybe I'll post that. If I can remember, I'll post that link on the cruising.
We always say we're gonna post stuff and then
sometimes we don't remember to. Look, if we say that and we don't do it and you were like waiting for it,
call us out. Just
bother us about it, just call us out on the chat, send us an email, fintasticcruising@gmail.com, that we will definitely respond to you and take care of that stuff. So
also, nobody sent us a happy birthday video through email. I just want to point out
you a happy birthday video.
Huh?
Nobody sent you a happy birthday video.
Well, I mean, you get the email too. That's what I was going
for.
Okay,
yes.
Nobody sent a video to fintasticccruising@gmail.com videoing happy birthday to me. And although I love you all, I'm very disappointed.
Wow. Really?
Just saying. I specifically left that part in the ending of the audio part so that people could hear it. It's fine though, because I still had a lovely birthday and all the Facebook people wished me happy birthday. So thank you.
All right. What else we got? Is that it? We're going to wrap up and call this one in the books?
Yeah, I think we should do that. Do you have anything else?
I got nothing.
You got nothing.
Nothing. Nada.
Well, on that note, it's time to head for the freedom. And until next time, seize the day.
Have a fantastic week, everybody.
We are back.
We are back. We
Yes.
are back. So to end the podcast, we're going to show you some of the stuff you got for your birthday.
You mean, yeah. So thank you to everybody who said happy birthday during the credits. I'm joking with you. Anybody that sent me something, I do appreciate it. Thank you. I'm just kidding. I'm not mad at anyone. So let me show you
It's not
some
what
of the
you
cool-
said when we were on pod. No, just kidding.
Whatever. You stop that. No, I am very grateful for all the wonderful people that listen to us and tell me happy birthday. So let me show you all the cool things that I got. So if I can get it open. So Matt's mother sent me these dice because we love D&D, and these dice are
Oh.
hide your face, my face. There you go. They're very pink
Are
and
they clear?
sparkly. Yeah, you're good. And they're really, really cool. And I was very excited about it. So if you like pink sparkly dice, so do I.
There you go.
Also, my my new goal is to identify like every bird that I see. And of course, we just went to
I could.
not Matthew. So while we were in Aruba, we saw a few different birds that
You may see a couple of them in our Aruba video, which
yes,
is
indeed.
going to come out probably tomorrow.
So I saw those birds and I was like, I want to know what those birds are. So I did look them up, but I now have the wrong book in my hand. Birds of Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. So next time I go, I can just take my book and look them up instead of hoping that I have internet on my cruise. So
It's always easier to use a field guide. Like, I know the internet's handy, but when I'm trying to ID a fish, a reptile, a bird, I am always going to have more success using a field guide than I am of the general internet.
well, there's something about having that thing in your hand, be like, oh, let me flip through and find that thing.
Well, plus field guides are usually like very focused. And if you are looking at an actual book and you bought the book, that it's probably a good actual resource and not just some anonymous person's webpage that thought they knew what all the birds of Aruba were and put like 7 on them and then had a bunch of ads on there or something. Because that's it. See the World with Chris. The email for the Halloween costume contest is basically not basically, it is fintasticcruising@gmail.com. fintasticcruising@gmail.com. And the participation rules are simply, it has to be something from this year. So don't post a picture from 1995 because we want something this year. I mean, we're going to probably just trust you that it is. You don't have to put like a newspaper. You don't have to hold a newspaper in there or something like that. But we're just asking that you follow those parameters. And if you want to do a skit, you can. If you want to come on the podcast, you can. If you want to just do a still photo, you can. Look, we're just desperate to get people to participate. So we would love for you to do as much or as little as you are comfortable doing to help you have a chance to do that. Yes, the Mardi Groot. I am Groot. The Mardi Gras Halloween costume works then. If it's from this year, I think you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
We just want something current. We just want people to
Yes.
something that's today.
Yes. So I also got Birds of Florida, which is great because I live in Florida. And, it's actually very cool. It's got lots of birds, big pictures, lots of information.
How many species of birds?
There are 324 in this one.
Lots
of birds.
It's most of the birds that you would find in Florida that in the wild are going to be in that book.
And also a smaller one that is actually color coded. So like if I see an orange bird, I can go to this section of like orange and try and identify the bird that way. This one does have less birds in it, but that's okay because I have a backup.
There you go.
So
There you
I'm super excited about all my bird books.
So yes, so she is bird's the word for Kimbra, which is interesting because you used to be like, I don't like birds. And now you're like, birds.
I still am not a fan of blackbirds.
Chris, the deadline is when the podcast comes out, which is
The 29th
the
of October.
29th of October. So you will be fine since you're boarding on the 30th. However, I will say that if you send us that email, you just have to send us an email saying you want to participate. If you are one of the first 10 people to send us an email and you then go through with participating in the Halloween costume contest, no matter what, you are going to get a little swag prize from us, package from us with nothing super valuable, but some cool stuff in there that we have some ideas what we're going to do. We know a few things. We don't know exactly what's going to be in there, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be cool. And all you have to do is participate to have it mailed to you. And you'll have to give us your address, which we're only going to use to send you a package. So, but yeah. So that's all you have to do. And yes, thank you, because it sounds like Chris is going to participate. So we'll have at least one costume contested.
I accept that because I was worried that we wouldn't even have that.
that's our concern. We had grand plans. We're like, we'll have this category and that category. And then I'm like, I don't know if we're going to have anybody participate. So maybe we should just go simple this year and build on it in the years to follow. So yes, the more participants we have, the happier we will be, because it'll just be more fun to do it that way. And we look forward to seeing all of you there. So tell your friends, tell your don't tell your enemies, just tell your friends, and have them come over and participate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stacy, are you still on? Reno has come over to me. Come here, Reno. Come to this side of me. Come here. No, go over there. Come here.
Those of you just tuning in, Reno got his hair cut today and his annual bath. So
his annual bath. He gets more than one bath a year.
No, his biannual bath.
Shut up.
So he's looking pretty dapper.
His face is still icky. It's stained.
It's stained. The dog is stained. You're stained.
Look at the camera, not at Matt. Put your head down.
Wait, look at me. Camera. No, camera.
Reno, look at the camera. There he is. Yes, so looking quite dapper, and he got all of his shots, so he's nice and mad at me.
Yeah, you can tell the dog is obviously furious.
He hates me right now.
Anyway, is that all we had? I felt like there was something else we were gonna. We have an exciting weekend planned.
Yes, we do.
We're gonna get up tomorrow morning. We're gonna go over to Orlando. No, first we're gonna go to Circle B Bar Reserve in Lakeland, Florida, so I can
utilize my bird books.
We're gonna look for birds, maybe take some pictures, and then we're going to go to Orlando to the dive shop, where I can complete my camera kit, because I want to get a light for it. And there's a dive shop over there that knows a lot about camera lights. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to come back, and we're having dinner with JT from No Cruise Control, with him and Mr. Traveler. We're just having dinner with JT, and I don't know if his wife is coming along or not, but we'll find out. And then Sunday, we're going to get up and probably watch the Dolphins lose their football game again. And then we're going to go to Lithia Springs, and I'm going to try out the camera, the new camera underwater and stuff. So it's a full weekend. And then next week, we've got a 4-day week before we cruise.
Yes.
So
Stacy, you should just move to Florida and be my puppy sitter.
Yeah, but then he has to cruise with us too. So,
well, I'm sure he makes friends better than I do.
What does that have to do with it?
Because I don't have any like when I lived in Indiana, I had friends that would watch Reno.
So you want Stacy to make friends that can watch Reno
Yes.
so he can cruise with us?
Yes, that is exactly what I'm saying.
Okay, all right. I mean, that's fine.
So the problem is he's got like 2-ish normal sitters. One of them, the free one, isn't available. And the other one moved to St. Pete. So instead of being like 20 minutes away, she's now like 45 minutes away.
Yeah.
And it's just
annoying.
Not as convenient. And then I was like, well, maybe I can take him to like a boarding place. Like his vet does boarding. And they're like, we're full. And I'm like, okay, what am I going to do with my dog? So that's where I'm at right now. Hello, Spikers.
Hey, Spikers, we were talking about you guys today because we're going to go to Circle B tomorrow morning. We have a fairly small window of time that we can be there because we have other things that we are trying to accomplish tomorrow. But we are planning to get to Circle B Bar Reserve
around 8:30.
Around 8:30 and probably be finished by 11.
Yeah.
If you guys, I know you guys live out there. I don't know what you guys got going on, but if you want to meet us and do a little hike and look for some critters and take pictures or whatever, just hang out and talk.
We're looking for birds.
We'll be at Circle B. We were like, man, if Spikers are on, we should see if they want to hang out with us at Circle B tomorrow. Because we haven't been there in like months. We used to go like every week. And
like we haven't been there since spring.
Yeah, that's not
not
weird
like
for us because we literally are there at least once or twice a month.
Oh yeah.
Typically, because it's a really, really cool park. But we will be there tomorrow. So if you guys are there, let us know if you wanna meet up and hang out for an hour or two or something. And then we're gonna go do the dive shop and all that good stuff. But it says, I'm working tomorrow. Showing homes in Sebring. Okay. But look, we're going to go. It's getting cooler now. That's part of the problem.
I mean, this was kind of a last minute plan.
And then we've been cruising like a lot.
Yeah.
Which is a good problem to have, but it is something that we've been doing. But we only have one more cruise after this one. And then our lives are going to go back to more normal as far as like
until we book another one.
We won't have cruises for a while. We are pretty sure. We are very confident, and this is also something we need to talk to the Spikers about, that we are going to book the group cruise that you guys are doing down into Cruisers in October of next year. 1 year from this date next year.
There you go.
We are like 99.999% sure we're going to book that cruise. So we're going to be looking for Cindy soon so we can get that sorted out and booked. Chris says we had a miniature schnauzer years ago. He was the smartest dog we ever had. He could catch a full-size stuffed football with his front paws. Wow. What's up with that, Reno?
Reno can sleep in a bed.
Yes, he can. He's very good at that.
Yeah.
We have a thing. So Reno, we sit on the couch, right? So I'm on this side, Kimbra's on this side, and there's a little space between us because she doesn't love me.
Whatever.
And the dog lays between us, but he always is attached to me. I'm a cat person. I'm a lizard person, but the dog loves me. The question we are trying to sort out is, does the dog lay by me because the dog likes to lay on its right side, and that's just where the dog lays? Or does the dog lay by me because he just likes me more? I don't think that's the case because
I think it is.
I know he's more protective of Kimbra than me.
Just because he's more protective of me doesn't mean he doesn't like you better.
But I think it's just the side of his body. She thinks it's me. So we're gonna do a little experiment because that's the kind of things we do. We're gonna swap sides and see what happens. We're gonna see what Reno does. How does Reno react?
It's gonna be weird to sit on that side.
Hey, Ian. Welcome to kind of the after show, but we had a fun show talking about La Romana.
He lays on you so he can see.
That's probably true. That is probably true, Chris. He probably does that exactly.
Yeah, except his face is usually buried.
Listen, Ian, you missed the details. Costume party in 2 weeks from tonight. Costume contest on this channel, and if you want to participate. Oh man, that'll be hard though if we get people from Australia
Why is that going to be hard?
Well, so the first 10 people that email us, fintasticcruising@gmail.com, first 10 people that do that and participate in the costume contest, we said even if they don't win, we're going to still send them a swag package.
Well, so what we do if they're all Australia people, we just send it to one and it's up to them to distribute it.
I don't know if we can get mail to Australia.
Yeah, I don't know.
But you know what, Ian? If you dress up, we will try. We will try. But
we'll figure that out.
I don't know how you are at Halloween costume. I know Halloween's not a big thing. Oh, don't count me in. I do. You know what? Dave and Sue have sent me packages 3 times now, I think.
Well,
at least twice.
One of them was for us.
One of them was for us, and then I've gotten stuff, I think 1 or 2 other times.
I think he sent stuff to us, I think, twice, because he sent us something when we first moved here, and then when I asked him to get that crocodile to us, he sent something again.
So we owe him. I feel like we owe him. I know he doesn't feel like that, but I feel like that. We owe him. We want to send him stuff, but we got to figure out if we can even get stuff to Australia.
Yeah,
right now.
That's a good point.
Gina and I have the same question about our dog. He always lays on me on the couch. I think he just likes laying on that side better. So you should do the experiment too, Stacy, and see what the deal is with the dog.
Have a dog experiment thing.
And then we'll swap dogs. No.
You want to swap dogs? You'd be fine just to give ours away.
Ian, I know they're letting you out though, right? Like November, they're opening the doors. Is that true? That's what I've been hearing, is that hopefully your freedom is imminent. I hope that's the case. Look, the numbers down here are falling. I'm very happy. I hope we're getting close to the light at the end of the tunnel that we thought we were at several months ago, and it was actually a freight train heading for us. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that, because I don't want to jinx anything. But but I heard they're letting you out. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Oh, he says we're not a third world country. I read that wrong. Yeah. No, I know you're not a third world country.
What did you think you read?
I thought he was saying, of course you can. We're I don't know what I thought.
Okay.
I can't read.
November 1st, international borders open.
Very cool. Very cool. Look, Ian, I want to find out how I can get citizenship over there. Can Kimbra and I just move to Australia? We want to live in Australia.
Please. We should look that up. How
Ian
hard
always
is it?
says the problem with Australian is there's too many Australians.
Well,
we would be 2 non-Australians living in Australia.
That's true.
We would help solve your problem.
Yeah. And then we would become Australian.
There you go. It is a great first step. So hopefully that bodes well for you guys being able to travel internationally and just get back to your normal lives. So good on you guys.
Only if you are sponsored via a job opportunity. I mean, I can find a job.
I mean,
maybe. I don't know. Nobody will want me.
Job opportunity. Okay.
You want to work at the Australia Zoo?
I could. Yes.
Yeah.
Look, I could bring, think about this. Like if we had somebody at the aquarium with an Australian accent, they'd be very popular. Like by default, you're just automatically popular. If you're teaching about animals and you have an Australian accent.
He said, or I adopt you.
There you go. That works too. I tried to talk Dave into adopting me, but so far Sue said no. But I wonder if it's the same in Australia. If American accents, there are people in Australia like, oh, American accents, like in the States.
I doubt it.
Ooh, Australian accents. We like it. Is that how it is in
I don't think anyone listens to an American accent and thinks, oh, yes.
I don't know about that. I think you may be just seeing through your American eyes and not realizing. I think maybe people do in some parts of the world.
Do you really think that?
I don't know. I'm just saying I don't know. Because
when somebody thinks of an American accent, they always make that it's not like, I feel like the way you and I talk, we just talk.
Kind of standard flat American accent. We have a slight Midwest American accent.
Yeah.
But we're not like, hey, we're from the South.
Right.
We're like, hey, we're not from New York. We're not from, yo, dude, we're not from like California or nothing either.
Oh my God.
Okay, and we're not from like the north of the center of the country or nothing, eh? That's almost Canada.
Or like the really rich area of California where like I dress super awesome, you know?
Stacy, yeah, Americans have so many different accents, but I think that's true in other parts of the world too. Like I know in England and the UK in general, there are a ton of accents. There's a YouTube channel, at least one, there's probably 50, where people do accents from different parts of the UK, and it's hilarious. It's interesting to me. It's really cool too, but it's funny. And I know there's some different accents in Australia. I'm not as familiar with them as I am a little bit from the ones in the UK. And I don't just mean like Scottish, Irish. I'm talking like Edinburgh. Well, that's Scotland. I'm talking like London. And then there's like, where are the Beatles from? Manchester. And there's like North England. I don't know. There's a lot of different ones.
The only accent I can do is the Valley Girl, the one that I've just done. So
yeah, there's a lot of UK accents. And then you got like the Welsh, the Wales, and the UK is not a big, huge place to have that many accents shoved in this little bitty island. That's a lot. You know, the United States is huge. So we're going to have a lot of diverse accents, and Australia is about the same size as the United States, so just with a fraction of the population, but they're still going to have, you know, a variety of accents. So I don't know. All right. Well, what do you think? Are we done?
Sure.
Wrap
Are you
it
guys
up?
done?
Let's head on over. We'll probably head on over and stop. I don't know if we're going to be up late because we got stuff to do tomorrow.
We got to get our cameras plugged in, and
we'll probably head over. Hey, then there's Billy just showing up. Billy, we're about to sign off, but we're going to head over and say hi on Down Under Cruisers live stream for a few minutes, and that's a fun time too. And, and then Billy says goodbye, everyone. But thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you. We don't know when next week, but sometime next week we'll see you. And then the week after that, costume contest, $50 Amazon gift card on the line.
Let's see. Before we sign off, I'm going to see if anybody has sent us an email yet. Well,
let's see the world of Chris.
Oh, there we go.
Look at that. Boom, Chris, you're in.
But
1 of 10.
You have to actually participate.
You have to participate, but I think we got at least one contestant.
Woohoo!
All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us.